Welcome to Wayzata High School for girls lacrosse action. It's a non-conference matchup tonight. The Breck Mustangs have come in at 1-4, and the Wayzata Trojans off to a 4-0 start so far this season. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox, and obviously a little bit different scenario for both of these teams heading into tonight, with Wayzata doing a solid job to get off to this 4-0 start. They won 11 games a season ago and lost in overtime in the Section 5 championship. However, they did graduate about a dozen players from the program a year ago, so a much younger squad this year for the Trojans, but really so far so good. And they tacked on their fourth win of the season on Tuesday night, a Lake Conference win at St. Michael Albertville. Meanwhile, for Breck, really the story for them has been more injuries. They've faced a pretty good early schedule, faced some bigger schools, bigger programs, and just the one win so far. And they have just been battling. They've not had a full lineup, and you see these teams did play actually twice a year ago, with Wayzata knocking Breck out of the playoffs in the quarterfinal round. So yes, a non-conference game, but it is a section opponent, so you get to seeding time. That certainly can make a difference here tonight as well. You want to get a win under your belt. Breck just trying to battle through these injuries and get to the point where they can have a full lineup in and be ready to go kind of toward the end of the season. But so far been a little bit of an uphill climb against, as I said, some pretty good opponents as well. Let's talk key players to look at in today's contest, starting with the visitors from Breck. And one of their seniors who has had a good start to the season is Erin Duggan, with 11 goals and 7 assists so far, and they'll be counting on her to get them some opportunities. They're really looking to play a connected game as best possible, whether it be on the offensive side or the defensive side. They know that chances are that overall Wayzata's probably going to have a little more of the control of the ball and everything, but Duggan and her teammates hoping to be efficient when they get opportunities. And meanwhile, for Wayzata, we said a young team, a lot of sophomores, but also some seniors doing some good things for them as well. And one of their captains, Katie Sikorsky, off to a good start this season with 10 goals and 4 assists. And her head coach, Madison Kidd, who's in the shot with her there, telling me, though, that this is very much a team that they try to stress looking for each other, playing for each other, being a team. They don't want any kind of a star system in place, because against the good big programs that they hope to eventually get through, that you have to be a well-rounded team and sharing the ball and getting it to whoever's open is important. But Katie's shown an ability to finish when she's gotten the opportunity. Had a little light rain right at the start of pregame, but things looking pretty good right now, and should be a good night for lacrosse. So as we said, Wayzata did play Tuesday night, and the back-to-backs aren't all that common for high school. And Coach Kidd was saying we have to, be a little bit conscious of that. We don't want to be running anybody into the ground a little bit here, so they might sub perhaps a little bit more. And meanwhile, as we said, Breck not quite at full strength, but they will do their best to hang here with Wayzata. The Mustangs and the Trojans getting set for battle. Girls lacrosse is up next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
And welcome back to Wayzata. You see, still a little bit of a cool night, but overall not too bad here as these teams get set to take the field here. Mustangs making the short journey over from Golden Valley here to take on Wayzata in this one. Their victory was over Matamidi this year. You see wind at just 9 miles per hour from the south, so that's the part that often makes spring sports colder than it seems, is when you get that wind mixed in as well. Got a couple of juniors in goal here tonight for Breck, Mackenzie Abbott. And on the other side for the Trojans, Delaney Ganas. Minding the net, there's Delaney. So you can get this early draw, kind of set the tone a little bit. Katie Tyson handling the face-off here for Breck, and Ainsley Owens for Wayzata. And we are underway. Trojans will get first possession here as Risa Baumgartner, one of their captains, scooping that ground ball, and they get into the offense. Sikorsky firing a quick shot, and Abbott making an early save there. Ava Schneider picking it up. Trojans trying to get things set up early on here. Fumbled a little bit there by Sikorsky, but she'll get it back. Baumgartner trying to dump it off to Sikorsky, but nicely defended. However, I have a call going against Wayzata as they force that turnover. Now Breck looking to counter. Mustangs trying to get their offense set up here as Petra Lyon controlling. And now the restart as Breck getting things set up. Tyson with it here. Right, a little cross there. Duggan trying to get herself free, but pretty well defended. And Duggan trying to slip it out front for Tyson. Had it knocked away and ultimately taken away. Schneider. Now Wayzata looking to get a counter going as Sikorsky receives that pass and finding Owens. Not a lot of prep time, obviously, for Wayzata for this one. As I said, they had a conference game last night, so you just kind of, come back and play. Not a lot of detail about this particular opponent, I don't think, because of that back-to-back situation. But got it to the cutter there, but the shot denied as Baumgartner fired. It'll be Wayzata possession. Sikorsky gets to the edge. Now drops it. Nice wheel play there, but it's ball lost. Tyson trying to scoop it. And it'll be Breck possession here. No score on the board in the early going as Tyson gets it restarted here for Breck. She'll bring it down that right side and get them set up. Duggan is cut off there, trying to find a cutter, but that one knocked away. And that call going against the Mustangs. I don't think they all heard the whistle there, so now back off and we'll work it back here to Kate Schwaller. Here's Hannah Moeller. Allison Lavender looking up and just got away though from Owens, and now Breck looking to quickly counter here as Lyon. Yeah, and a nice takeaway by Schwaller, and now Wayzata trying to quickly counter. Mustangs did a pretty good job getting back into position though. Sanders with it. Shyla Sanders finding Marks. Evie Marks will drop it back and get everybody a touch here. Sikorsky. Looking for cutters here. Sikorsky trying to turn the corner, and she scores. Sikorsky bouncing one home, and Wayzata breaks the deadlock here as they get on the board first. You see they had cutters cutting out front, but she just recognized that she got a step on the defender there and was able to turn and bounce that one home. Goal number 11 on the year for Sikorsky, and it'll be 1-0 Trojans. So Abbott had a nice save early on, but then that one gets through as Sikorsky kind of winning that battle. They did a nice job of spacing there, though. The cutters coming through definitely drew some defenders their way. Here's Owens. Lost it in traffic, but Sikorsky gets it back. And they'll get a call going against Breck here. Sikorsky will get an opportunity from the free position here. And that one is denied. Trojans, though, quickly get it right back. Round to Schwaller. She's cut off. Trojans a little bit stagnant here as they're keeping that offense up high a little bit to allow for some room to work down near the goal mouth. Now Sikorsky. Duggan does a nice job bothering her there. Got it down low. The shot up over the top, though, from Evie Marks. It will be Wayzata possession. Breck kind of packing it in pretty nicely there, not allowing any really clean looks. Marks was bothered by the defender as she tried to put that one in, and that helped make it go over the top. Sanders, I think, needed maybe one more step to get a little better angle that time. She realized that she maybe got rid of that one too quick. Owens possessing here for Wayzata. They'll bring it back out top. Trojans leading 1-0. They've had most of the possession so far here, and had a couple of saves in goal for Abbott as well for Breck, and the one goal by Sikorsky all we've had so far for the Trojans. Sikorsky here. Cut off as she dodges. Bring it back up top to Owens. Owens trying to turn the corner, got a step out front. It was denied, then flipped just over the top. And it will again be Wayzata possession as Schneider puts it back into play here. Turnaround try there is blocked. And this one will go Breck's way. Maggie Ott forced out wide here, had it knocked away. Ott, though, will scoop that ground ball. Back for Annika Wilson. And pass was too high. Tried to go to Corinne Moran there and over her head, so Wayzata will quickly get it right back. And that's what Breck doesn't want. It. You have the quick turnover where they don't really get much possession time. And, obviously also would like to give their defenders a little bit of a break physically and mentally. But right back to the attack is Wayzata. Sikorsky. Marks will give it back to Sikorsky here. Got it to the cutter and then flipped over to the side by Schneider. And it'll stay with Wayzata as Baumgartner will restart here for the Trojans. They've been pretty dominant so far here, but Breck's done a pretty good job of not allowing a lot of clean shots here. And again, just that one goal so far. Bounces around, and now Schwaller will pick it back up here for Wayzata. And Duggan, I think, got a little too aggressive with the stick there. So now here comes the pass down low. Shot and a goal as Ainsley Owens will put it away here for the Trojans.
From number 12, Kate Schwaller.
Schwaller will get an assist there as Owens able to bury that one. Another look cutting across, and tough one to stop there. Obviously, when she gets it that close, Abbott did what she could, but unable to block that one, so we get a timeout called here as well. Owens picking up her 10th goal of the season. So the excellent start paying off here for Wayzata now with they get that second goal. Sometimes it doesn't happen instantly, but you go from there, and you keep possessing, and you have to wonder a little bit too with Wayzata as you see Madison Kidd now 4th year as head coach, and she wanted to give a lot of credit too to Chelsea Cross, her assistant, who's joined her this year, and Coach Kidd had a baby in the offseason too, so she said, I've been awful busy with that as well, and Chelsea's just been invaluable, really helping out, and done a great job, so credit to her as well. But and saying with Wayzata, as you look at Coach Sanderson, her 3rd season with Breck, Wayzata having had a conference game last night and also playing a team that they beat twice last year and beat fairly handily the second time around. You're probably thinking coming in like maybe a little worried about motivation with them in terms of, you get up for certain opponents, and there's no doubt about that. But that's what, kind of makes the good teams become the great teams, is the people that bring it every night, and that's what Wayzata's looking to get to. And as you see, their 2 meetings a year ago, the regular season won an 8-goal win for Wayzata. That was over at Breck, and then at playoff time, the Trojans took it to them pretty good. Then they thumped Armstrong pretty good in the semifinals as well. And then had a heartbreaker overtime loss to Benilde St. Margaret's, and Coach Kidd said that is one I can't bring myself to watch that one again. It's going to feel like the one that got away a little bit. It was a heck of a game. I happened to be at that game and gave the Red Knights all they could handle, and certainly we might see those same teams or some combination. Armstrong has a pretty good team again, battling at the end of Section 5 play this year as well. I do think it's been fun, though, that we're seeing fewer sections are automatics in terms of, you got some programs that really became strong, and it was kind of like you could pretty much pencil in a lot of the teams into the state tournament. And it's still that way somewhat, but we're seeing a little more parity, a little more balance in some of the sections. And obviously a 9-8 overtime game tells you that Section 5 last year was up for grabs, and it happened to go Benilde's way. Sikorsky controlling here for the Trojans. She'll send it over to Marks. Marks unable to get a shot away, goes back to Sikorsky. Sikorsky dropping it down low and then gets a return pass, fires and scores. That was nice offense right there. Marks will get the assist as Sikorsky taking that return pass and putting her second of the night away for the Trojans.
That last goal was scored by Katie Sikorsky.
Another look at it. Really nice timing on both passes. It was Sikorsky to Marks and then back to Sikorsky there. It kind of brings to mind what Coach Kidd was saying before the game about, you know, making each other better, giving it up for a teammate, and that was really great timing right there. I'm sure in that timeout too they talked about, you know, Breck was really been packing it in a little bit. You know, what ways can we probe the defense a little bit? You know, they've been using a lot of cutters, but a lot of times spacing is what you're really looking for to be able to present some opportunities. Good job keeping possession there by Owens, and then got the pass away here to Marks. Here's Sikorsky. Owens will keep it moving here. Sikorsky on that right side, looking behind now. Pretty much all Wayzata so far. They lead it 3-0. And have had most of the possession time here. Well defended initially, but then the turnaround try is bounced in as Baumgartner will get this one for Wayzata. It was interesting because she turned one way, turned the other, and they were staying right with her, but then got a little bit of a step. Another look right there. Still good D, but then just wheeling back the other way and went low to bounce that one home. And she will get her 8th goal of the season. So Trojans now in just a span of about 2 minutes adding 3 more goals after they had been up 1-0 for quite a while. Now Breck finally getting some possession here as Duggan carries it. Here's where Breck, I mean, obviously you want to score, you want to get a good shot on goal, but I think you also want to possess it a little bit just to get opportunities. Here's a chance down low and a goal. Boy, they didn't take long to put that one away as Petra Lyon will score for the Mustangs.
That's a goal for the Mustangs by number 17, Petra Lyon.
Duggan dropping it back and spotting. Good job of presenting a passing angle there too by Lyon. And she got that pass in tight, and obviously Ganas not a lot of time to react there. That wasn't easy, but good work there by first Duggan and then Lyon for Breck, and they are on the board now, trailing at 4-1. Trojans get it there as Owens scoops that ground ball. Owens dropping it down low, and here's a shot and goal. How's that for the quick answer? Did not take long at all as Owens sending it down low to Sanders for the goal, as the Trojans will answer immediately.
That's a goal for the Trojans, scored by number 10, Ainsley Owen.
Sanders.
From number 16, Shyla Sanders.
Sanders able to put that one away for her 4th goal of the season. And that one came just 12 seconds after Breck's goal. So Wayzata not only had 5 goals, but 4 different goal scorers as well. That pass broken up. Sikorsky tracks it down in a hurry and quickly gets that pass away, and here they come again. Right back out to Sikorsky.
Correction, that last goal was scored by number 16, Shyla Sanders, with an assist from Ainsley Olsen. Or Owens, excuse me.
Sikorsky gets the go-ahead on the restart here. And nice recovery on that loose ball and another goal. Baumgartner will score it again here for the Trojans. It didn't seem to bother her a bit that she didn't catch that pass cleanly and just picked it right back up.
That is Reese Baumgartner, that's her 2nd tonight. With an assist by
So that one coming less than a minute after the Sanders goal there. And the Trojans keep on coming here. You see that great recovery. And normally in that tight of an area, when you know, if you don't make a clean connection, chances aren't real good that you're going to get it back that quick. But it was almost like, you know, it didn't phase her a bit that she had to scoop that one and go. And Baumgartner doing a nice job of putting it away. And Breck right now is kind of feel like, gosh, they're overwhelming us a little bit here. I mean, that you fight that feeling, obviously, and they've, you know, had some deficits this year. But trying to battle through it. Wayzata, you can just sense that they've gotten in more of a groove now. I mean, they started out okay, but they've really picked things up. They're passing. They're getting Breck back on their heels. They're doing a nice job of scoring in a variety of ways as well. Run down there by Whit Maybod. And Sikorsky trying to scoop it up here. They keep on battling, and Tyson will be called for the push. So Sikorsky going right back to it here for Wayzata. Got around the D, and she's able to tuck this one in. I was wondering if she'd run out of room there at that angle, but Sikorsky showing her speed there. So already gets her 3rd goal of the night, 13th of the season, and Wayzata continues to come on strong here. Scoring these last 3 goals just about a minute apart on each of them. Watch her turn the corner here. And it's really one of the few times where Breck's been caught a little bit out of position. The defensive help just too late to arrive, and Sikorsky made him pay. So a 7-1 lead here for Wayzata. Lyon and Sikorsky facing off. Lyon will wind up with it here. Trying to get around Sikorsky and then able to get that pass over to Lauren Strothman. Mustangs have really only had it, you know, deep in Wayzata territory twice. They did score on one of those, but obviously they're going to need more offense to try and get back into this one. They know that too. I'm not telling them anything big surprise here, but this is an opportunity to, you know, to get some touches for their offensive players work the ball around a little bit. That pass knocked away. Strothman able to run it down though. Call going against Wayzata here as knocked down was Petra Lyon. She'll get an opportunity from the free position here. Gonna get to the front but cut off, so she'll drop it back. Duggan. A little bit different where Breck is not spreading out quite as much. They're looking to generate some offense with a lot of players up front. That pass deflected, and Sikorsky will knock it away and then eventually come up with it. Pass got away, and look at Duggan's closing speed there, and then she was run into. Call goes against Wayzata. Duggan showing good speed again here, and they get into the offensive attack. She'll get the pass back here from Ott. If you're Breck here, you're not going to make it all up at once, but they'd like to chip away, you know, maybe get to within 3-4 goals by halftime if they could. I mean, it's easier said than done maybe, but that'd be kind of the objective. I mean, obviously you're not going to make up this whole deficit instantly, but and Duggan had it knocked away from behind. Recovered though by Lyon. And that one saved. We got another call going against the Trojans though. So Lyon from the free position here. Fires and scores. Went low with the shot and snuck it past Ganas. And Petra Lyon will have her second goal of the night here for the Mustangs.
17, Petra Lyon. That is her second goal tonight.
Another look here. She's able to bounce that one in. So the Mustangs get their second goal, both by Petra Lyon. And now the last time they scored, Wayzata came right back up the field though and got one. And obviously that's where these faceoffs become ultra important. And this time Breck will end up with it here as Maybot. Dropping it over to Lyon. Breck really having their first extended possession time here and back-to-back opportunities and able to finish that last one with a goal by Lyon, and they'd like to do the same here again. You know, that's the thing about lacrosse. You know, momentum can certainly change quickly. It isn't terribly unusual to see one team build a lead and another come back on them a little bit. Sikorsky turning on the Jets as she heads upfield. He'll drop that pass off as they rotate it around to the right. And Schneider was knocked off it there. The call going against Breck here, so Ava Schneider will restart here for the Trojans. We approach 5.5 minutes to go in this first half. It's been mostly Wayzata. They lead 7-2. But Breck coming back with a couple of its better possessions here in the last couple minutes. Aaron Duggan getting to the outside. Oops, and then lost it. It's going to be Wayzata ball. Lavender controlling here for the Trojans. Double team arrives, so she drops that pass back. Dropped in behind, the turnaround try bouncing wide from Sanders. Will be Wayzata possession here as Eleanor Swanson will get it restarted here for the Trojans. Knocked away, but she gets it right back. Now it's Sikorsky. Duggan cut her off one way, then comes back the other. Sikorsky keeps on going and is able to score it. Her fourth of the night. Again, it was a situation where the early defense wasn't bad, but Sikorsky just wouldn't be denied there. So Sikorsky getting her fourth goal of the evening, 14th of the season. You see, Duggan was sticking right with her pretty good for the first turn or two. But the one thing that was smart too about Sikorsky there was, as she was making these turns, she was inching closer and closer to the net as well. You don't want to really just go side to side. She was gaining ground a little bit there. Legal procedure call there against Wayzata, so it will be Lyon moving it forward here for Breck. Now Maybot. A couple of pretty good tennis players for the Mustangs too, Lyon and Maybot. Breck rotating it around here. Lyon will drop it back to Duggan now, trying to set a screen, but pretty well defended. Tried to go back to Lyon, but wound up with Ganas, the goalie. And now Wayzata looking to counter. Pass got away, ultimately scooped up there by Kayla Bullock. Moran picking it up for the Mustangs now. Tyson. Knocked away from her as Tyson was turning on the speed. And Trojans looking to quickly counter as Sanders carrying it up that right side. Waits for her offense to get set. Baumgartner. 2:15 to go in this first half. Wayzata leading it 8-2. Sikorsky getting in tight, and she will score another. Katie Sikorsky having a night here for the Trojans.
That goal was scored by Katie Sikorsky. That is her fifth goal tonight.
Goal number 5 tonight for Sikorsky. Another look as she's able to get that shoulder out front of Duggan and then just tuck it in up high over Abbott. Just when Breck was starting to feel like, I don't want to say back in it, but they got that second goal. They had a couple of nice possessions in a row, but Wayzata has answered with a couple more down the stretch here of this first half. And things looking like they're going to take a pretty big lead into halftime. Baumgartner.
2 minutes.
Turn back here. She'll flip it over to Sikorsky. Schneider dropping it down. They'll keep it moving here. Try and see if they can get Breck stretched out of position a little bit here. And picked up here by Sanders. And now Sikorsky. Long possession here for Wayzata. These are the kind that if you give up one at the end of this, it kind of almost hurts doubly for the defense. If you work really hard and then you still get one. And that's exactly what we're going to see as Baumgartner will bury another for Wayzata. Does a nice job of protecting that ball and presenting a good target for the pass.
With an assist from Katie Sikorsky.
So Baumgartner scoring her third goal of the game. Sikorsky getting it to her, and there you see, kept it away from the defender there and able to bury it. So just over a minute to go as we have another face-off here. And Duggan up with it here for the Mustangs. Lyon will drop it middle now. Maybod keeps it moving over to Tyson. Breck shown a little bit of offensive ability, but they just haven't had nearly enough, possession time in Wayzata's zone. They've been forced to be back on their heels playing D most of the night. They have had some nice attacks, though. Pretty well defended there, so they'll go back out here to Duggan. Looking down low with it, but that shot was denied. Good defense by Natalie Hano. And we are going to reach halftime of this one. Pretty dominant first half here for Wayzata as they will build a 10-2 lead at halftime of tonight's non-conference matchup here in girls lacrosse. As Sikorsky with 5 and Baumgartner 3 to lead the way for the Trojans. We will take a timeout and come back with first half highlights and then our second half of lacrosse here. Breck has their work cut out. Wayzata looking good in this first half. Trojans 10, Mustangs 2.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back here to Wayzata High School. The Trojans leading Breck 10-2 here in our girls lacrosse matchup tonight at halftime as we check out some of the highlights from the first half. It started a little bit slow. I mean, Wayzata took possession and kind of kept it for a good chunk of that early going, but Sikorsky took a little over 5 minutes to get them on the board for the first time. And so they had a 1-0 lead, but then things kind of opened up from there a little bit. There's Owens scoring to make it 2-0. And their pace continued strong after that. Nice return pass to Sikorsky there from Marks. Make it 3-0. And Baumgartner also having a good first half, wheeling back to score low with that shot as they just kept on coming. This one gets Breck on the board. Nice pass there, Duggan to Lyon. And Breck getting their first real good possession there and scoring on it too, but overall they just didn't have all that much time with the possession. Here's Sanders scoring as they pass dumped down low by Owen. Sikorsky finding Baumgartner, who briefly lost it, but quickly picked it back up and buries it right there. And Sikorsky then able to turn the corner on this one, got by the D and scoring it again for the Trojans. Lyon got the second Breck goal as well, this time from the free position, as they had their best little stretch there of a few minutes. But again, mostly Wayzata. Here's Sikorsky not taking no for an answer. Kept her body, turned her shoulders squared in front of the defender, and then doing it again here from the left side, tucking it away. And Abbott's probably seen about enough of Katie Sikorsky so far. And Sikorsky this time the assist. Baumgartner turning, did a good job, as I said, protecting the ball there and scoring that one. So that was the 10th and final goal for Wayzata of the first half, and they lead it by a score of 10-2 here on a somewhat chilly night, but not too bad here at Wayzata High School. We will come back with more. We'll see how these teams' strategy changes, if any, here for half number 2, but for Wayzata right now looking good. They lead it 10-2 here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here as we are just underway in half number 2. Wayzata gaining quick possession here off that face-off. Owens going to the net here. And there is a nice stop by Abbott. But then they turn it right back over, and they will not stop this one. Actually, that's Quinn Cadu who's in goal there, the freshman. And the first save she made, but not able to stop the second one, as Sanders will get her second goal of the night. There you get a look as Cadu, I didn't quite catch that, she had subbed in and did make actually that first good save, but then they turn it over and Trojans get their 11th goal of the evening. Shyla Sanders getting her second. And once again, the Trojans will come up with it. Sikorsky. They'll work it up top here. They did work a lot of players in that first half too, so I'm sure we'll probably see even more of that in the second if they continue to build this lead here. That one misfires, and going to be Breck ball. Cadu, bothered from behind and knocked away by Sanders. Sanders up with it and scores. Well, caught the young goalie a little bit off guard there and came and knocked it away. And then Sanders buries her second straight.
That's her second goal tonight.
Breck girls kind of going over and giving their young goalie a little encouragement here. Said, that's all right. You see, she just didn't see her coming at all. And then did scramble back in position, and they actually did get a little piece of that shot, it looks like. But still had enough to go in for Sanders. Lyon up with it here for Breck. So any thought that Breck, was going to start the second half strong and try to claw back into this one? Not looking like it early on, as Wayzata wasted no time. Sanders scoring a pair of goals in the first minute 15. Now the task for Breck becomes, keep battling. You can't afford to hang your head. Let's have good possessions here and do what we can to battle back a little bit. And they have faced some deficits this year. Here's Lyon with the turnaround try. But well done there by Ganas. And she's pumped about that save. That was a good one. Owens on the move up the middle here for Wayzata. Knocked away from behind there, but she's able to scoop it, and they'll get set up. Sanders looking out front with it here. No cutters available at least early on. Marks. And send it back over to Schneider.
It's about Chicago South Beef.
Schneider cut off and will go back up top with it. Here's Marks. Knocked away, and call will go against Wayzata there, so good defense for the Mustangs. They able to force that turnover. Duggan, a long pass connecting with Lyon. They've been their two best offensive threats so far here. Lyon settles it here and allows her offense time to get into position. Strothman work it back up top to Tyson, and now Duggan. Here's Petroline, who has both Breck goals. Looking to Duggan, turnaround try there, and Ganas with a save. Then Strothman up with it and scores. Lauren Strothman burying that rebound for Breck. Wait a minute, looks like going to be no goal. Going to explain the call here. Strothman called for this here.
Penalty on the Mustangs, number 37. That's Lauren Strothman, 2 minutes.
I think they're ruling it for that shot sailing right past the defender's face there, and you have to be careful with that. And I believe that's what they called on Strothman there. So no goal, obviously, and she has to sit for a couple minutes as Schneider drops that pass off, and they get it. Nora Robbie receiving congratulations as they converge on her, and she will get the goal for the Trojans. So it didn't take long for Wayzata to answer as you get another look as Schneider slipping that pass in tight, and yeah, never really had control, but Robbie, I guess, will get this goal. They're kind of deflecting in off her.
That's a Wayzata goal scored by number 20. That's Nora Ron with an assist from number 60, Schneider.
And you see Robbie even kind of chuckling about it with the defender, like, yeah, okay, not like a pretty a shot or anything like that, but I'll take it. So a 13-2 lead for Wayzata, and you could tell the teammates are very happy for her to get that goal too. Trojans getting it set up again here. And couldn't quite track it down Schwaller, so it'll be Breck possession. I talked about it a little bit for Breck. You know, you don't want to hang your head. It's a kind of a situation for both teams too, where you want to continue to see good habits out here. Sure, the score is, you know, fairly lopsided right now, but whether you're the team that's ahead or the team that's behind, you still want to see your team play the way that that they know how and that they should. You know, use your teammates, keep working your offense. Owens dropped that pass off to Marks and then gets it right back to Owens. Send the first cutter through and then the second. Nice catch of that high pass. Owens had her shot denied. Kind of send that first cutter through as a little bit of a decoy, and then Owens trailing right behind her. Just wasn't a whole lot of room, even though she made a good catch of that pass. Baumgartner forced into the help there, but she'll turn back. Scored a goal on a similar play earlier, and this time she'll work it back. Evie Marks kind of directing traffic here as they get another little run going here. Marks looking to get a screen, dropping it down low, trying to go to Robbie, and scooped up there by the goalie, Cadu. And again, she nearly had it knocked away. Mustangs quickly upfield. Here's Tyson. Tyson will find Duggan. Strothman rotating it over to Lyon. And they'll work it back now to Maybod. Duggan controlling. Lyon trying to set a screen for her, but defender did a good job getting around it, but then a pass into Lyon and she will score. Duggan and Lyon again working a good combination there for Breck. And Lyon will get her third goal of the night.
That's a Trojan goal by Evie Marks.
There's another look.
Goal by number 17, Petra Lyon.
Lyon dropping that one home.
With an assist from number 12, Aaron Duggan.
So third goal of the contest for Petra Lyon. Face-offs mostly were going Wayzata's way early on. Breck getting a few later in that first half. And this call going against Lyon, so Owens will go to the attack here for Wayzata. They were up 10-2 at halftime and then got 2 goals in just over a minute to begin the second half to, I don't want to say remove any doubt because there was still a lot of time to play at that point, but kind of resuming command here and some of their starters resting here in the second half with this big lead, and again playing back-to-back nights too for the Trojans. Out front, Owens couldn't quite corral it. And here's Tyson showing a burst of speed for Breck. Drops it back to Lyon. She will give it up to Duggan as they get themselves set up. And again, you look at still continuing to try and play, do the right things, get another goal or two for Breck would be better than nothing. I mean, it's probably not realistic to think they're going to get really firmly back into this one, but you never know. You chip away. Raquel Reyes. Give it up to Lyon here. Finding Duggan. Out front again for Lyon. Turns and scores. So that combination again has been dangerous for the Mustangs, and Lyon will get her 4th goal of the game.
That's a Mustang goal scored by number 17, Petra Lyon, and it's her 4th.
Another nice little move there. Got the pass off to Lyon and goes up high just under the crossbar over the top of Ganas. So the Mustangs showing some good signs of life here. A couple goals in a row here from Lyon, and she has all 4 of their goals this evening, and they're within 13-4. And they will end up with it here off the draw as well. Duggan. Gives it to Lyon. Maybod will send it back to Duggan. Tyson will work it behind. Reyes giving it back to Duggan. Briefly dropped it, but gets it right back. So a couple defenders at Duggan here. A lot of people cutting, but nobody really getting open. So Duggan just kind of holding and now finding Lyon. Good switch there as Duggan was cut off. Duggan will restart here. Finding Lyon again, and she scores again. Boy, that looked like a carbon copy of the last one. As Lyon burying another from Duggan. And it is 13-5. Another look is good timing on the cut, so she still had room to shoot that ball there. So 5th goal of the night for Lyon. And right now, Wayzata's kind of feeling like, maybe did we step off the throttle a little too early in this one. Obviously, they seemed to be well in command when it got to be 13-2, but now 3 straight for the Mustangs. Again, it's not exactly nail-biter time yet or anything for Wayzata, but I'm sure they would like to kind of reestablish control here a little bit. And Muller getting it back here to Owens. And that one was deflected and floated wide here. Picked up by Swanson. That pass getting away, but they'll still have plenty of room and time to track it down here. Bullock. Schneider. Cut off there. Robbie will send it back over to Ainsley Owens, I'm sorry. Owens pressing the D and then moves it back out. This is a good way to kill Breck's momentum a little bit too here with this big long possession for the Trojans. Muller trying to drop that pass off, but it was broken up and then taken right back though, and the goal. Good effort there by Owens, able to steal it right back and finish.
That's a Trojan goal scored by number 10, Ainsley Owens. That is her second goal tonight.
So Owens, after they had lost it, did a great job of taking it right back here, and they'll make it 14-5. You'll see the pass right here gets away. Breck thinks they've got an opportunity to go the other way, and all of a sudden there's Owens picking it up, and even a little jersey tug couldn't slow her there as she buries it. So that was what Wayzata was hoping for there. They get a good long possession. They break Breck's momentum a little bit and then ultimately get a goal. I mean, it didn't happen cleanly off the attack, but great job to get that ball back by Owens and quickly score it. Baumgartner taking it to the net, and she will bury another one. So Wayzata reasserting dominance here as Baumgartner will score her 4th of the night. So Trojans now up 15-5, as you'll see Baumgartner. Defensive help kind of a little bit late getting there, and she kind of just won a one-on-one battle a little bit there and able to bury that one for Wayzata. Interesting that both of these teams' next game is against Blake. Wayzata will be playing them Saturday at Blake, and then Breck will be playing them next Tuesday at Blake, and that's the biggest rival, of course, for Breck in most sports. Wilson starting it back up here for Breck. Oh, and a nice interception gathered in there by Muller. They work it around to the left side. Oh, and just stopped. Good recovery there by the goalie Cadu. As for Wayzata's sake, they were hoping, boy, we can turn this into a highlight reel play because it was such a great steal. But then just couldn't quite finish that last pass and shot. Here's a look at what we've got coming up. Again, we have to make the notation of weather permitting here a little bit, as Maple Grove hosting Blaine in softball Thursday, and then we'll be Trojan softball will be in action at Hopkins on Friday. Weather looking a little bit iffy that day perhaps, but we'll see. And then Armstrong Osseo softball next week, and then some more girls lacrosse, as we'll have Armstrong taking on OPC on the 8th of May. So timeout with a little under 7 to play here in this one, and a 15-5 lead for Wayzata. It isn't so much a strategy for this game too, but I think, you're talking just trying to keep coaching and keep learning throughout the season. It's a pretty short season, but you want to make sure that you make the most of each game night. And for both teams right now, as I talked about, you learn to play with a lead, and you learn to try and battle back when you're the team that's down as well. Wayzata next home game. They've got a couple of home games actually next week. Lake Conference games, Tuesday, Thursday, Eden Prairie and Minnetonka. So they'll be on this this field quite a bit here in the coming weeks. And schedules have stayed obviously a lot more on track with lacrosse. Baseball, softball have really had a bit of a mess, and most of the teams in our area for lacrosse are playing on our artificial turf field, so not nearly the weather concerns. Not that they haven't played on some bad days, but and then the fact that lacrosse season starts just a little bit later in terms of games too, so. And explaining here to Duggan what they did wrong on that restart. So Wayzata is going to get possession here. Schwaller will have it. And now gets the go-ahead. Duggan forcing her out, and Duggan will be called there. Legal stick check, it looked like. Bounces loose out front. Trojans were hoping for one of those quick little scoop shovel goals, but didn't quite work out. Nice work, though, by Schneider to get it back. Swanson turned it back out, and they'll start again from the top here. Schwaller. Some battles out front there. Schwaller, a nice move, and then is able to bounce the shot in for the Trojans. Kind of a little bit of a disjointed looking play there at first, but then she's able to stay with it and bounce that shot in.
Number 12, Aaron Duggan. Excuse me, that's scored by number 12, Kate Schwaller.
So a 16-5 lead here for the Trojans. Breck made that little run with 3 straight goals from Lyon to make it a little bit interesting, but then Wayzata's answered with 3 of their own. To really reassert control of this one. Again, not like it was ever to the point where you felt like Breck was all the way back in it or anything, but made it a little bit closer there with those goals by Lyon. And they would like to add another 1 or 2 down the stretch here. Strothman to Tyson. But Maybod will send it over to Lyon. Defense converges there. And they'll work it back out to Lyon. Lyon dropping it into the middle there, but Maybod works it back up top. Lyon trying to cut free after setting that screen. Now they go to Tyson, but bobbled that one. She'll pick it back up. Here's Lyon. Gotta believe they're going to be aware of her. She's got all 5 goals for Breck here tonight. Strothman will work it down low. Taylor Berman sending it over there to Reyes. Here's Maybod. Thought about taking that shot, and then it slipped away from her as she tried to load up to shoot that one. Sikorsky picking it up. She's been back playing defensively here in the second half after lighting it up in the first. Call here going against the Mustangs as we approach 2 minutes to play. Wayzata is going to stay undefeated here as they're up 16-5.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remain.
Trojans get into their offense here. Schwaller, who had their last goal, looking for more here. Had it knocked loose as she tried to shoot it, though. And Schneider scooping up that ground ball. Trying to go out front with it. And then they'll regain possession here. Here's Robbie. Couldn't quite corral that pass from Fran Evans. And then nice steal. And then it slips away from Maybod on the way back upfield. Trojans get it back. Well, they're giving it to Schneider. Schneider draws the D and then sends it back to Schwaller. Schwaller trying to bounce another one in. This time, nice save by Cadu. She was losing her balance going backward a little bit, but did a good job getting the angle to scoop that one up. So we're under a minute to play, and Breck turns it over. Schwaller trying to bounce another one. That one goes wide. It will stay with Wayzata as we're under 20 to go here. See if they even really get another attempt away. They might. Schneider up with it. Don't really need to shoot again, but we'll see. They may. Schwaller bouncing one and sends it in for the 17th goal of the night for the Trojans. As her second in a row, Schwaller finishing that one there for Wayzata. And they will roll to a 17-5 win. They led 10-2 at halftime. And Breck made it a little bit interesting, as I said, those 3 straight goals for Petra Lyon. But Wayzata certainly had the better of things overall here tonight. Breck, as we talked about, battling some injuries. And they're not quite able to stay with the Trojans here tonight. So nice victory for Wayzata. They are now 5-0 on the season after this win tonight. Best of luck to both teams the rest of the season, and thanks to both coaches for their help in preparing for tonight's game as well. Our final score is Wayzata 17 and Breck 5. For the rest of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Wayzata High School.